Go again?
Hello, I'm Michael Lin from San Francisco State University and a microbiology grad student from microbiology. Today, before you start keying on the slide, I'm going to talk about antibiotic resistance. It's becoming more and more of a problem. So when you get an infection, a bacterial infection, you go to the hospital. Your doctor is going to use antibiotics to fight it, or just any bacterial infection in your body, inside, cuts. So the arsenal that they use to fight off these infections is becoming smaller and smaller because bacteria is finding a way to fight off these the antibiotics. So with this in mind, I started thinking for my thesis about a river I know called the Russian River in Sonoma County, where there's a lot of vineyards and breweries along the river that use these herbicides. So I think that it's not just the patients and the medical field's fault for this antibiotic resistance. I think there's outside effectors to this, like the agriculture industry. I think because in 2015 there was a study about how herbicides are causing antibiotic resistance. So I was looking through the studies, trying to find my thesis, and I also noticed that in the Russian River they're finding large amounts of pesticides and herbicides in the water. As well as just a couple months ago in July, they had to close down the Russian River due to large amounts of E. coli in the river. It was causing people to become sick. So I was looking at this and I started thinking, maybe if all those herbicides are in the water, maybe it's causing antibiotic-resistant bacteria in the water that's going to affect people. So here's just a picture of different agriculture along the river. They're spraying the herbicides, or they're even giving antibiotics to cattle, and just through the natural water cycle, it's being flushed into the river. And that's what I think was happening. And here is actually two different plates. Here, this white, this cloudy stuff is actually bacteria that's growing, and then they put these tabs on it, and they notice, and the tabs have antibiotics and will kill the bacteria. But over time, as you can see, the herbicides will cause the antibiotics to not be as effective. So I'm thinking that with all these people that visit the Russian River and the animals that are there, it's going to have an amplification effect where if you get some on your towel, on your clothes, you're going to expose it to other people, and the antibiotic resistance problem in the medical field is going to be affected by that. It's going to become more and more of a problem. So I'm thinking that there's a disconnect between the agriculture and the medical field, and I'm going to find that in my research. And I think the solution will have to be thought about, maybe more natural solution, something that wouldn't conflict with the medical field. We already know there's natural antibiotics like orange peel, cinnamon. And so that's what I'm looking into. Thank you.